everyone, welcome to Annievlogs, and we're back again and again and again with another educational video. And today we're going to talk about thermoregulation in plants and animals, the digestion process, and the osmoregulation with the one and only uncouple friend, Uncle Sidmate, and I'm a beautiful student in Davao Doctors College.
Wait a damn minute. What?
Annieza may Amoyo. And now, let's begin.
I'm trying to crit neck on her big neck. Mine is selling crit neck for the stick neck. And I got a big neck for the chit chat. Drop out. Drop it on my car.
Recline, so I had to let back the seat. Pull out and she suck it, I nut all over her meat.
So now we're going to talk about the thermoregulation in humans or animals. But first, what is thermoregulation? Thermoregulation is the process that allows our body to maintain its core internal temperature. So how does thermoregulation works in humans or animals? Adaptation to changing climatic environments in humans involves both physiological processes arising from behavioral and evolution mechanisms resulting from conscious cultural adaptations. Did you know that there are 4 modes of heat loss? These 4 are convection, conduction, radiation, and evaporation. Can I ask you a question? I will give you 5 seconds to answer. If you cannot answer it, you can just pause the video. So what part of our body is responsible for thermoregulation? You're right!
What? What the fuck?
It's the brain, especially our hypothalamus. Our hypothalamus detects our temperature if it's too hot or too cold and transmits the signals through our skins, our glands, and our muscles and our organs. It also compares our present temperature to the normal temperature, which is 37 degrees Celsius. Have you ever tried asking yourself, why am I sweating so much in a hot day? That's because of thermoregulation. It is because of our temperature receptors that transmit messages in our hypothalamus to increase the sweat rate to cool the body. Just like right now, I'm sweating so much because it's so hot in here in General Santos City. Now you know. So now let's proceed to plant thermoregulation. What is plant thermoregulation? It refers to detecting environmental temperature fluctuations and controlling heat output at a cellular level to keep the tissue temperature within a narrow range. It is accomplished by physiological and anatomical processes within their leaves, branches, flowers, and fruits. Did you know that plants can regulate their temperature using a variety of biophysical mechanisms? Yes, it is through manipulating the energy balance terms. I know, we hate manipulation, but not with thermoregulation. Always keep in mind.
What? Child. Anyway, so.
For example, there is an increase in evaporation. What will happen to the leaves? It will cool down in a hot day, while the increase in absorption of sunlight will raise temperature in a cold environment.
The mama, she killing it. Yo, nigga gon' have to ride a wheel. Why are and Jhon I'm in love with Benjamin Franklin. I got that white like Pee Wee Herman. Got green like.
And now we're going to talk about the digestion process. The first process happens in our mouth. Our salivary glands make saliva, which helps moistens the food that will make it move easier from our esophagus to our stomach. The saliva also has enzymes that will break down the starches in the food, but not lipids, okay? Not lipids. So the second process happens in the esophagus. There is a thing called peristalsis that pushes down the food from our esophagus to the stomach. Next is stomach. Glands in our stomach lining make stomach acids and enzymes that breaks down the food. Muscles in our stomach mix the food with these digestive juices. Next up is the pancreas. Our pancreas makes digestive juice like insulin and glucagon to help break down the carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Our pancreas has these small tubes called ducts that help these digestive juices travel through our small intestine. Next is our liver. Our liver has this digestive juice called bile that digests the fats and some vitamins. Bile ducts transmits bile from liver to the gallbladder for storage or to the small intestine for use. Next up is our small intestine. Our small intestine makes a digestive juice that mixes up with bile and pancreatic juice that will help break down the carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Bacteria in our small intestine has this enzyme that will digest the carbohydrates. Our small intestine moves the water from our bloodstream to the GI tract to help break down the food. Our small intestine also absorbs water with other nutrients. Next is our large intestine. In our large intestine, more water moves from our GI tract into our bloodstream. Bacteria in our large intestine helps break down the remaining nutrients to make vitamin K. The waste product in digestion, like food that are still too big, will become a stool. Lastly, the anus. The anus is the last part of our digestive tract. When the rectum is full and we have the urge to have a bowel movement, anus is where the stool exits our body.
Who gravifies? 1, 2, 3. Think I got you pinned. Don't tap out, fight into the
She
end.
said, look, my no hands and no darling, I don't dance.
And now we are on the last topic of this vlog, which is the osmoregulation. So let's get into it. Osmoregulation is the active regulation of an osmotic pressure of organisms' body fluids that is detected by osmoreceptors to maintain the homeostasis of organisms' water content. That is, it maintained the fluid balance and concentration of salt. So why is osmoregulation important? Since water is essential for life, osmoregulation is also important for health and well-being of humans and animals. And that concludes our video for today. So don't forget to learn, understand, and study your lessons. See you again in the next video. Ciao!